Hi, so this video involves a little bit of a thought experiment, so you have to bear with me. The title is What's the Connection Between Plumbing and Red Meat? I recently went into a hardware store to buy an item to install a dishwasher, and I was in the plumbing aisle and I was surprised by the amount of plastic there was in that aisle. And it got me thinking that unfortunately this plastic is necessary to allow plumbing. And plumbing is an essential component of optimal health. So you have to bring in fresh water into people's homes, and you have to remove wastewater and human waste. And it's a shame because obviously plastic production, plastic waste is damaging to the environment. But you can't have a situation where you say, let's reduce plumbing, let's not have plumbing, let's not have fresh water going to people's homes, let's not have human waste and wastewater being removed from people's homes. It's not conducive to optimal human health. What you can say is, let's find a way of making it more environmentally friendly. Let's find ways of either producing plastics which are more degradable or finding plastic alternatives. But you still have to have plumbing, and you always have to have more plumbing because we're a growing population, and you have to provide people with, again, fresh water and remove the waste and remove the water waste and human waste. The same thing applies to red meat. Why? Because if you think about food production, all food production is damaging to the environment. You can't get away with it. All food production has to produce some damage to the local environment and possibly the climate change as well, whether it's plants or whether it's animal production. What you have to think about is the cost benefit, what you get for that damage, whether it's lettuce, which has no nutrients, or whether it's red meat, which has a lot of nutrients. So going back to the analogy with plumbing, you can't have a situation where you say, let's have less or no red meat. Because what you're saying is, let's find a way of reducing the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Let's find a way of producing less of something that actually promotes optimal human health. It helps to nourish you because it has the best bioavailable protein, healthy fats, has best micronutrients like B12, folate, iron, a lot of which are not present in plants or present in such small quantities that it's pointless in plants. So red meat provides all these things and helps to nourish people, helps you manage weight, reduce inflammation, reduce risk of diabetes, heart disease, all these things because you're nourishing the body and providing something which doesn't stimulate insulin and again promotes optimal human health. So this idea that you can have less meat or no meat, what's the alternative? The alternative is either foods that are less nutrient dense, such as most plants. Most plants are not even close to the nutrition levels of red meat, or it means fake meat. So fake meat, which is actually poisonous, which is actually harmful to health. It's full of processed vegetable oils, processed ingredients and additives and preservatives. And then, hopefully it never arrives if you have lab-grown meat, you're talking about, again, another human experiment. You're replacing food that's naturally grown in the form of cattle and lamb with something that's grown in a lab, which actually is environmentally destructive because you have to have all these raw ingredients brought to a single lab to produce all these fake and processed meats. Anyway, I digress. The point is, reducing meat, achieving a no meat status is only sought after by people who have some kind of agenda, either those who want to impose their ethics on people or those who have a vested interest. So a lot of these companies want to promote this idea that reducing meat is environmentally friendly. In reality, they're trying to promote their product, which is made up of processed ingredients which have a long shelf life and high profit margin. So to summarize my analogy, trying to reduce meat production is the same as trying to reduce plumbing. Both are essential for optimal human health. We can't accept reduction. We have to increase it because we're a growing population and we want to promote optimal health for as many people as possible. And all we can do is try to mitigate the environmental damage of meat production and the environmental damage of plastic production to promote plumbing, or if we move to plastic alternatives, whatever they will be, they will still do some harm to the environment. And the reason I mention this is because you need to have confidence in eating red meat as part of your promoting your health, helping you get lean, get fit, but also have other benefits of a nutrient-dense diet, which is lowering inflammation, improving your strength, boosting your immunity, reducing your risk of diabetes, heart disease. All these things come from a diet that's based around good quality animal protein, non-starchy vegetables, minimal amount of carbs, no processed foods, definitely no processed oils if possible, or minimize them if possible. So if you have confidence in the environmental arguments and the ethical arguments, and then you also have confidence in the nutritional arguments, then that will allow you to continue to feed yourself red meat and other animal protein, but also your sort of loved ones and family and friends and so on. Again, that's essential as well for you to do that. So let me know what you think about my analogy. You might completely disagree with it, and whether it works for you or not. And I'll see you on the next video.